I always find it funny when moderately attractive people cry on social media about not having friends. And then they receive a lot of attention for these videos, but more so with the women who do this, they get a lot more of the support in the comments, but they don't realize that the people in the comments are usually just men who want to sleep with them. Nobody really cares about men, so men don't get as much support as women. If you are a guy who isn't that good looking, most likely if you had to post a video crying about having no friends or about having been single for a long time, you might not get any attention at all. But let me get back on topic. The reason so many of you people don't have any friends is because y'all are horrible to be friends with. And this is what I would bet is most likely the case for a lot of these people who are crying online. I genuinely struggle to believe that this many people struggle to make friends, especially with how many good-looking people I see hopping on this trend of I have no friends. A lot of you just want attention, and with how Jet Franzen ruined the image of people who actually struggle in life, I feel it's the same for a lot of these people. And unfortunately, now nobody knows who's telling the truth or not, because now speaking about your life struggles on social media has become some form of LARPing. So even if you're genuinely struggling in life, people will be suspicious. How about instead of making a generic video about you crying because you have no friends, you should ask yourself, why does nobody want to be friends with me? The fact of the matter is, most of you are not fun to be friends with, and adults don't have as much patience as children. I'm not dealing with my own drama as an adult, then still having to deal with all your adult drama. This is why some people cut you off, because a lot of people have a very Netflix show-like image of friendship. And this is why people struggle to maintain friendships these days, is because everyone wants these very unrealistic versions of friendships. They act like their friends are not their own people with their own lives to live. That when they're having a bad day, then they must just drop everything that they're doing and focus all their attention on them. And a lot of people don't have the time to do that. There is a lot going on in the world right now, and your one focus seems to be your social life when you don't even check up on your friends to see how they are doing. Another thing is, instead of choosing to be the victim and just blankly saying I don't have friends, maybe just tell the truth and be honest with yourself and say, I don't know how to make friends. Because when you ask yourself or other people, why does nobody want to be friends with me? Or when you tell the truth and admit that you don't know how to make friends, then you are addressing the real issues, to which the issues can then be solved. But it seems like these days people do the exact opposite. They project, they manipulate, they lie, they take zero accountability, and they don't be supportive. But yet, somehow, they feel entitled to having a group of loving and supportive friends. I'm not saying that all the people who make videos about not having friends are LARPing or lying, but a majority of them are not being 100% honest, so they hop on the trend for attention and sympathy. Meanwhile, they are just a horrible person who doesn't want to feel bad for being a horrible person. And the worst part is that all the attention and sympathy only fuels them further to be an even more horrible person, to which they never see the error of their ways, so they never change. Society and the world is falling apart, and I still find it shocking that the one message you have to the world is that you have no friends. With everything that's going on, you telling me that everything else in your life is perfect, but the one aspect that you focus on is that you have no friends? This is why I struggle to take most of these people seriously. But yeah, goodbye.